Welcome to Behind the Owl podcast, where we are just two wedding professionals sharing a no bullshit approach to what goes on behind the scenes in the industry. I'm Sarah, a wedding photographer.
And I'm Katie, and I'm a wedding planner.
And today
we're talking about the knot and wedding wire.
Yeah.
I feel like we need a sound effect. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun,
dun. Wow. I feel like this is a fan favorite topic. I don't know if anybody right now that is loving on the knot, aka wedding wire /
I couldn't tell you.
the Wedding Pro, which is obviously the same company in and of itself because they merged back in 2017. I mean, they're definitely now back in the news because we've got three amazing, wonderful, powerful women who are whistleblowing.
I love this so much.
Sames. Before we started recording, Sarah and I actually, I just came across this. Apparently we were doing just a smidge bit of research, not a whole bunch, so don't get excited, okay? But they literally have their own website, the whistleblower.com. So if you guys have not already looked at this, it is literally them. It is them or someone who's in representation of them, and it's their entire story from start to finish, completed with headshots, how you can contact them, links to other like articles and all that kind of stuff too.
I freaking love that their headshots are front and center. Like, they are so not afraid.
Mind you, headshots that probably the knot actually took. So I just find that absolutely hilarious. Again, so cannot confirm nor deny. So
I mean, they're all literally in the exact same pose, so the same person had to have taken these.
Oh, for real.
And they all look the same. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were their not headshots, which is freaking amazing.
It's absolutely...
It's so badass.
It's wild. Long story short, if you are scratching your head and you're like, what are y'all talking about? Again, long story short, what ended up happening is that three employees of the knot, each had different roles within the company in and of itself, literally came out and exposed the knot for what all of us in the industry, I feel like, are already feeling. And that was dirty tactics, bots as like leads, some other really like just disgusting practices, like big ick stuff, and everything that we all were feeling and we're most likely already seeing the results of. They're now coming out and saying like, yes, everything that you guys are feeling, everything that you're seeing, all of those practices, it unfortunately is true.
Yeah.
Which is really sad.
To take it to the beginning, if you don't know what the knot is, by some chance that you don't know what this is, the knot and the wedding wire are both online platforms that wedding professionals sign up for, and then you can put on a storefront or like a show page, and people basically, it's kind of like a Google, I guess, for the wedding industry. So clients would go on there and type in, wedding photographer in Virginia or wedding planner or whatever it is that they're looking for, and then a bunch of leads would pop up with everyone's profiles, and then you could go on based off of budget or style or whatever it is that you're looking for and filter through and find different vendors. Those clients can. But in order to be on those higher up leads that people would see, you had to pay for them. So that's when things started getting icky.
And not just like when we talk about pay, we're talking about egregious amounts of money with the promise of like getting prominent leads. Like essentially the knot wedding wire were claiming that they were going to be giving you like prominent business. Especially for those that were paying like top dollar, like premium.
And now wedding vendors like can have $400-$500 a month that people were paying.
It's a disgusting amount of money. Like you can't have a free listing on the knot and wedding wire, which they threaten all the time. They actually, when they did the merger back in 2017, there was a big rumor going around that because of the merger, that they were going to delete everyone's free listing in order, again, it was a scare tactic for people then to go ahead and start continuing to sign up. Because when I was scrolling through the website and I just was looking at, just trying to do some like, just real quick, like scanning, they had advertising declines. Like, and then another reason why they also did the merger for like the wedding wire, for the knot and wedding wire, and now it's called Wedding Pro. But I mean, they still act as two separate entities. It's very confusing.
I still type in the knot, and
I'm very confused.
Still get the knot.
But at any rate, advertising quotes were down, sales were down, and so they started doing all these like scare tactics. And I feel like one of them without really having to deep dive into the research in of itself. I had a feeling one of them was this rumor that got spread around, or that these sales reps were told to tell their accounts that they oversaw, like, hey, now that we're merging, one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to delete their free listing. So then it would pressure and deleting the free listing, how we also, even today, I feel like too, a lot of people kept asking couples to review them on the Not in Wedding Wire. You also got like the couples award that you got like at the end of every season and stuff too.
Everyone gets the award if you have 5 or more reviews.
Amen. I was just literally about to say that has nothing to do with like quality of service. It's literally none of that.
It's sad because I see like up and coming vendors, specifically photographers, because that's just who I surround myself with a little bit. Not so much anymore, but before, I just see at the end of the year, they always post, I was best of the knot in 2023 or 2022.
Yes, and like you put the badge on your website, your email signature.
Everyone is. I'm sorry,
yes. But the value is not there any longer. It's not there, whatever. And it's great when you get a reward. Absolutely. When someone like sees your like really hard work and you get the acknowledgement for it, that's awesome. But it devalues it when literally everybody and their mother is getting it. Literally.
It's just a participation trophy. All
exactly.
Yeah.
And so it makes you feel good to the point where it's like, okay, great. I'm getting this award, so then I'm going to continue to either spend more time on this website or potentially even look into paying to have my listing higher when couples are going to search on it. It's dirty tactics though, because then what ended up happening is over time, and I'm sure those who have been around the block several times now, they started all feeling the same way or receiving the same things in regards to spam bots or spam leads. Again, where I knew for me personally, it was clockwork, Sarah, for me. It was clockwork. It was once every quarter, roughly about in the middle of wedding season. Once a quarter, when all of a sudden I started getting leads from the Not in Wedding Wire, like simultaneously, either one of them. And again, I would, just in case if it was the off chance of a real person, but again, didn't have any expectation whatsoever if it was going to be a real person.
Okay, back up though. Were you paying?
No, okay. I was not paying. Okay. I was not paying. I've never paid for the Not or Wedding Wire at all, ever, underneath Tilly and Teal's name. When I was doing venue coordination, like long time ago, how I first got into the industry, I did have a paid listing for like that venue that I was.
They paid for it though?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It didn't come obviously like from my pocket. I mean,
it's gonna be like, how'd you get out of this?
Oh no. But Tilly and Teal has literally never paid for a listing on the Not or Wedding Wire. I've always had the free listing. Because when I first started in the industry, a lot of like the veteran planners that I was surrounding myself with, they actually did end up telling me like, don't throw your money into it because it just, there's no great return on investment. Also at that time too, when I first started, the Not in Wedding Wire too, like would always publish these articles about like how you could save money on your wedding. And one of the first like things that they would say is, don't hire a day of coordinator, just use like a mom or an aunt or a sister or like the venue coordinator. And it was funny to me how like that continued to happen, but then they would still call me.
Yeah.
And be like, we would love to, talk to you about like what it would be like to, up your free listing up into like a paid like listing or whatever have you. And in the beginning I was nice and I'd be like, hey, I just don't, no, thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. Then I started getting really sassy about it. And even to this day, I don't get as many calls anymore. At this point, I don't expect them to call me like at all, especially with this whole whistleblower thing. I don't know how they're going to.
Yeah.
With their strategy, I have no idea I
can't imagine people are going to take them seriously at all anymore.
I mean, yeah.
So
in and of itself.
Yeah. When I first started, I got the call that makes you feel real important because they reach out to you.
Yep.
They find you.
Yep.
They tell you that, I mean, it's disgusting. They tell you like, oh my God, your stuff is so great. Like, we really think that you have such potential. Like,
oh my God,
how are you not being a part of this? Like, you're missing out on all these opportunities. We want to like push all these leads to you. We want to give you all of this business, like blah, blah, blah. Like I literally sat in Home Goods because she called the first time I ever got called. I sat down in one of the Home Goods chairs and talked to this woman for 25 minutes.
No.
Yeah, because I was being sold on it. Like, I was like, hell fucking yeah. Like this, I even told Chad, my husband, I was like, the Knot called me. Like, because when I first started, the only thing I ever knew about the Knot was the magazine.
Oh.
So I was like, oh my God, this publication company has called me and they want me to be a part of this. Like, they think I am like, I have so much potential. Like, they want to be in business with me is basically what it sounded like.
Yeah.
So I literally talked to this woman for 25 minutes. And then at the very end, she gave me the spiel of the pricing. And I was like, you're out of your fucking mind. Like, there's no way. But I considered it because I was like, this sounds
great,
way too good to be true. Like, maybe I am missing out. Mind you, I denied it. And the calls kept coming and never fucking stopped.
Yep.
Never stopped. Literally bi-weekly at one point. I think
kind of like reminds me of like debt collectors.
Yeah.
Never had an experience, I'll be honest. But like just like the experience that people have, like debt collectors are just constantly calling like all the time. Like I said, like for me, it was like clockwork. It was once a quarter in the middle of the season. All of a sudden, I would get one lead from the Knot and one lead from Wedding Wire. I would send my templated email out or whatever of like, hey, we're so excited to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. Nothing.
Yep.
And then I shit you not, Sarah, 48, 72 hours. I got that lead, phone call.
Yep.
And I was like, you guys, what the fuck?
I don't think I ever put the two together. Like, I don't ever think I paid attention to like what I would get on the Knot versus when I would get the call. Now that you say that, it probably correlated a little bit on that. But I never did much with my listing. I mean, I'm still on there, but I never did. Yeah, I never did much. What's funny enough is I have a phone call with my very first Knot listing inquiry tomorrow.
Shut up.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I mean, I half expected it to be a fake lead. And I've like literally my inbox has like 6 leads in it from today or from this last week to 2017 is probably when I started it. There's like 6 leads in there. That's it. But yeah, I got my first one. I was like, this is not real. Like, there's no way. And then
turning out to be a real human.
She signed up to talk to me. So I was like, this is a first. But yeah, what are the odds?
My cynical self. If you have that phone call tomorrow and it's a Knot account representative.
Oh God, help me.
What if they actually like go through that entire fucking process?
Okay, so I don't want to say anything because if it's not, then I don't obviously want to like talk about them at all because it very well could be a client. It seems like a legit client. The wording in the email sounds very legit. Like the whole conversation. I
mean, it's promising.
They took the time to go from the Knot to Honeybook and sign up for a consultation.
Whole thing.
Yeah, whole thing. Yeah. If it does turn out to be,
bro,
I will literally, I don't know if I will cry out of anger or if I will laugh hysterically at these people.
Desperate.
That would be fucking hilarious.
But again, it's just my cynical self.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think that they would go. I don't
know. Maybe they're desperate.
But if they are desperate though, especially because this whole entire thing now is happening.
Yeah. I have tried to I don't know.
So, but I know, yeah. So I currently still have like a listing up on, I probably have a listing on the Knot, but I can't for some reason get into the Knot. I think like my credentials are different than my Wedding Wire one. Again, it doesn't make any sense to me because they merged in 2017, but you still have to log in separately into each.
Yeah.
I'm very confused.
I would assume clients still use both.
Yeah.
If they want them. I mean, I would assume that normal people not in the industry don't know what's going on with Wedding Wire or in the Knot.
No, no. I think it was definitely like from the back end of things.
Yeah.
Meaning just for vendors when it's like, hey, I remember like when the email came out and they're like, hey, we're merging these two things. And that whole panic thing of happening because the rumor went around about like everyone's free listing was going to be like deleted. People panicked. And then all the SEO people came out the woodwork and they were like, this is why you take your reviews from like Wedding Wire and the Knot and make sure you put onto your website. Click here if you want an SEO. Yeah. I was like, well, you know what? At the same time, that was smart on their part. I mean, you want to market yourself, go for it.
Yeah.
That was a good way to do it. So kudos to y'all. But But that is yes. You can take people's words that they like on Google reviews on the Not Wedding Wire. If you're not already taking those words, don't change anything about it, but like copy and pasting them and putting it onto your website. If you're not already doing that, you need to do that.
Yeah, you don't have to do every single one, but at least copy and paste them and put them somewhere else.
Yes.
So that you have access to them if for some reason anything shuts
down.
down.
Wedding Wire goes down or whatever.
Yeah.
God forbid Google goes down. What are we going to do if
you
Google
lose your
goes down?
listing on Google for some reason? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And now that we're on this review topic, for some reason, we're kind of going off topic a little bit, but this happened to me, so I kind of want to put it out there. If you do ask for Facebook reviews, don't.
Facebook reviews.
Yeah. So one of my review links, you could do. I had a lot of stuff go through Facebook. Like majority of people would leave reviews on Facebook. My generation was a Facebook user. I don't think it's a big thing anymore. But if you do ask for Facebook reviews, I highly suggest you don't. Because my Facebook got hacked, and along with that, I lost my Facebook and I lost my business account. So I had to restart them completely from scratch, and I lost every single review. I had like 30 something reviews on there, 5-star reviews.
Damn.
And lost every single one of them from all past clients. So I would avoid Facebook because things go wrong a lot easier with Facebook than Google.
Also with Facebook too, like I remember like when you could do reviews on Facebook, you could do 5 stars, then tell about like your actual like experience. Now it just asks you, do you recommend this? You hit yes or no, and then that's it.
Oh.
You don't really get to have at least for me, I don't have the opportunity of like, yes, I recommend this, and like let me give the experience as to why I recommend. Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know. But regardless, I would recommend against Facebook. Just use Google because I don't think anything's going to happen to Google, knock on wood.
I don't think so. I mean, Google is the internet.
And you should be using SEO through Google.
I was just about to say, because it boosts your SEO anyway. I'll be honest, when I do ask clients for reviews, I do send them to, I have my Google page first listed as the URL and then the Wedding Wire one underneath it as too. The only reason why that I do it, even though I am not Wedding Wire, is because I do acknowledge that there is still some sort of value from the client's perspective about having a certain amount of Wedding Wire reviews, all of that type of stuff.
I completely agree with that.
Because I don't think, even with this whistleblower situation, as much as I'm hoping it's going to create a dent, I don't know, though, if couples are really going to look at it and be like, wow, that's really shitty, because it doesn't impact them.
No,
they were not the ones that are losing money. They're not the ones that are being lied to. It's the vendor's perspective. So if anything, I mean, hopefully if you're listening to this, and what we're talking about, and when you do your own research about like the whole whistleblower situation, I'll be honest, if y'all don't already pull your money out from this disgusting company,
if you can.
Oh,
yeah. Like you can't get out of it. There are people There are people that have bought into it and like physically cannot.
What?
I don't know. The contract, I never signed contract. I never went into it paid, so I don't know like completely, like this is just hearsay at this point, but from what I've heard, it's incredibly hard to cancel your contract with them and get out of whatever payments that you're paying. Like somehow they lock you in and then they'll like run you through the ringer on trying to get out of it. And
absolutely not.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that I've heard.
Like, hell no.
And then like obviously they'll call you constantly and try and contact you and email you.
Of course, I'm not a huge fan of like breaking contracts and shit like that. Like I would never want my clients to come break contracts. But what if something, I don't know, life-altering event happens, you get diagnosed with cancer and you're like, hey, I got to save all my freaking pennies so I can, I don't know, invest into life-saving measures.
Yeah. Again, I've only heard this. I've not dealt with it personally, so I don't know.
Okay, call to action. If you have any kind of experience with this, please slide into our DMs.
I'll do an Instagram post about this when it comes out.
Perfect.
And I'll have people leave comments.
Oh, 1,000%.
I'd love to hear.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Maybe just say, like, should they say, like, I mean, I guess you can give us your story, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
Like, you can just say, I dealt with this, or something like that.
Yeah, because then maybe do like a little, submit your, like, story, and then on Insta stories, then, and it can kind of be, I don't know.
I'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Well, by the time that this comes on or whatever, hopefully we've already figured it out by then and it's already on social media. So
either way, there'll be
go to the Instagram.
Yeah, there'll be a post of this on social media, on Instagram. I tried to do that whenever these come out to kind of keep the engagement going.
Yeah.
But yeah, there'll be a post about it. So I'd love to hear if you have an issue with.
So y'all try to cancel your contract and like the Not or Wedding Wire would like just not allow you to, or they just gave you like 5 million different reasons as to like not do it.
Yeah. And how long it got you to, or took you to get out of it, if that happened to you too.
Bro.
Sucks. Yeah. That was one of the main reasons that I didn't get into it, was because I had heard that you couldn't get out.
Yeah. That's one big giant ick, bro.
Yep.
That's literally one big giant ick. Like I can't.
Yep.
Again, the notwhistleblowers.com for y'all just to read the entire story from like start to finish of like these women. It's like their experience in and of itself. And this is not just like their recent employees and they're like, oh my gosh, this is awful. Let me like, just whistleblow this. Like they have been with the company for many, many, many years. I think it
said 60 years of combined service.
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. Like I'm looking at this now or whatever.
Yeah, they never sign NDAs, which is why they're able to do this, which is interesting. And dumb on the Not. They have a YouTube thing going on right now too. Look, you can play a YouTube video.
Ooh, I wonder if they're just going to continue to do. If Netflix or Hulu picks this up and makes like a docuseries,
that'd be some
shit.
I don't know if they have enough for that though. I mean, they might, depending on how much they want to.
I mean, it was a flop, but if anyone is like on Bama Rush Talk, all that kind of stuff, remember who did that? Who was the documentary? That was HBO Max that tried to like come out with about like the disgustingness about HBO or about University of Alabama's like sorority rush and all that kind of crap. But that documentary flopped really bad because then the director, all of a sudden mid documentary when I watched it, she just started talking about her alopecia. I'm like. What happened? And everyone's like, you know what happened? The machine happened. Y'all want to get into that conspiracy and that big ick over there? Oh Lord.
I have no idea what she's talking about whatsoever. None. I'm zero. What?
I'm on Bama Rush Talk right now, season 3 on TikTok. You just watch all these young girls who are going through in SEC schools like sorority rush. I didn't go to an SEC school. I'm not Greek.
I'm seeing more and more like promo videos on TikTok of like they're like little like dance things where all the sorority girls get together.
Oh yeah, so you're kind of on Bama Rush Talk.
I guess I'm getting in there. Mm-hmm. Great. First of all, also I'd like to point out that I don't know why this happened, but I made us a TikTok. I know you saw that.
I did.
I made us a TikTok. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. Not sure, but I have a feeling that we need to be on TikTok.
Yeah.
That TikTok's feed is nothing but Taylor Swift.
Oh yes, I love this.
Literally nothing. Like every single video
makes me so happy.
Is Taylor Swift. Every video, and I'm like.
I'm not mad about it.
I mean, I'm not mad about it either, but I'm like, how does that happen? I don't know if that's just like where they throw, we're getting way off topic, where they throw like the most seen videos or something into like a brand new, because I've opened up quite a few TikToks, like made new ones, and you always get like a slew of the same shit. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if they just like push that to all like new people because it's nothing but Taylor Swift right now in general.
Yeah.
So, but literally that TikTok feed is all Taylor Swift. So if you want to follow us on TikTok,
go for it. There's no content.
There's nothing there, but
yet
there might be at some point.
Maybe we should do like video clips.
I know,
just throw it on
but
there.
Also I feel like we should do some stupid like dance things.
Oh, great. Awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm not good at it either, so it's fine. I just feel like we're missing a market if we don't do TikTok. Anywho.
So we're going to circle back around. I'm just going to read you a couple of things from this website. Not like a whole bunch, but just statistic-wise, I thought this was funny. Again, I'm not going to read the entire website. Y'all are completely, up to do this. You're on your own. But like one of the sub paragraphs in here, they title it Diamond or Cubic Zirconia. At the time of relaunch, roughly 25,000 local and national media partners were paying to have their ads show up on The Knot. These advertisers range from mom and pop local wedding professionals, like ourselves, like cake bakers, photographers, reception venues, to nationally known brands and retailers, Macy's, Walmart, and Crate & Barrel. When XO Groups, which is the company that actually owns Wedding Wire The Knot, it's called XO Groups.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. When XO Group's annual revenues were last publicly reported in 2017, these advertisers had paid the company a combined $115 million to reach potential customers that year. When the new website went live, these advertisers, and when they're talking about new website, remember we're talking about like the relaunch in 2017 when they merged and like the whole Wedding Pro thing happened. These advertisers who weren't watching the site all day did not know that their ads might not have been appearing as they were supposed to. Some were not even appearing at all.
Oh my God.
We, on the other hand, as directors and an account executive within the two primary revenue divisions, did notice, and so did many of our colleagues. Almost immediately, we reported the contractual violations against our clients to management. Of course, a brand new platform was bound to have some glitches, but as we raised red flags, it quickly became clear that these issues were already known at every level within the organization. A tracking document and product fix roadmap was being can't say this word, disseminated. There we go. Sorry, guys. Regularly to a wide array of employees, including the C-suite. To our surprise, senior management downplayed the issues, particularly to the sales teams. If a client realized that their ad had vanished and inquired about it, the company offered a standard response. It was a fluke, down briefly, and would be live again in that night's site refresh. If a company sales representative caught that an ad was missing or otherwise not running according to contract terms, management's response was typically, does the client know? If the answer was no, the general practice was to manually reinstate the ad without informing the client that it had never been down. Often no compensation was provided, no matter how long the issue had been occurring, which was sometimes many months. I'm not going to go on to read the entire article in and of itself. But again, that's when they was first merging. And then I'm sure down the line, I did, when I was skimming this over, it did talk about like the fake bots, which again is what she's trying to like, sorry, Tilly's over here like trying to pounce on something. She sees something, I think it's like my moving, foot. And she wants to, she's in her like predatory, like butt wiggle.
Oh God.
She's fine. She's not going to do anything to you. You're okay, Mama. It's okay. Jeff and I, we had a little like vacay or whatever for his birthday yesterday. And when we leave the house for more than like 24, 48 hours, then when we were back from vacation, they swarm and they are just all over us because, well, they can't be by themselves for like 2 minutes. Right.
Anyway.
So big ick stuff in the sense of that was already when it first merged and that, sure, some glitches, but the fact that the higher ups were notified, hey, this client is paying y'all. And we're not talking about like the little mom and pop shops like us, like freelancers. They were being affected, but they were doing that to the big guys. Yeah. Macy's, Crate & Barrel, Walmart, like all those other people, which I actually didn't know that they like paid the not advertising on there. I mean, makes sense, obviously.
I think you can do registries.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. So then I guess, there was like, but to then like the big guys though, like who have the amount of money to sue your ass, y'all want to play with fire that way? Yeah. Like, hot damn.
Yeah. It's gross.
Hot damn.
And stupid. It's just honestly just all around poor business practices is what it is.
It's just gross.
Yeah.
Man.
It's like kind of culty too, which is a little.
Yes.
Yep. Now, Zola. So I belong to Zola.
Like you pay for a listing?
I do. Yeah. Okay. So I met the people at Zola at a conference of some sort. And I actually do really like right now. I really do like their way of doing this. Okay. It's the same concept. Yep. Exact same concept. They're much smaller. So I don't think a lot of people know who they are. I would like a lot more people to push over to Zola because I do like them a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's gonna come of it. I've gotten one lead and it's still pending. But basically, what you do for Zola is you pay for quote unquote coins, I guess, and each lead is a certain amount of coins, and you can use those coins to it's probably not coins, points, whatever.
It is coins.
Is it coins?
This is
okay.
This is now resonating.
You pay for a certain amount of coins, you get a certain amount when you start, and then if you want to further the lead, you pay to in your coins, you pay to contact the couple. And then if nothing comes from it, you get the coins back. If you get a lead from it, then they obviously get to keep the coins.
Correct.
However, they do have every 3 months, you pay $60 for 3 months and you get unlimited coins. Which in my eyes is okay. Like it's not that big of a deal. You can get out anytime. There's like no contractual agreement or anything. However, I have only gotten one from it in the last, I think it's renewing this month, the last 3 months. And I have yet to get a lead from it at all. So
how long have you been doing it for?
3 months.
So just this first like 3 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's just new and not very many folks know about it. They are testing a beta where you can actually reach out to potential leads. So they will somehow in the algorithm, they will take the algorithm, and if you match, if your like descriptions and your everything that you click off matches something that they're looking for and they're in your area.
It reminds me of like a TikTok algorithm.
A little bit.
Like based off of like your interests.
So they basically click off all the things that they're looking for. If it matches with your clicks, then it shows up in this list and you can choose to reach out to them.
Oh, wow.
And then they have to make the move, obviously. It's kind of like Bumble, which could be a cool thing.
Actually, damn it, we're going to take that off the air so no one steals the idea. Maybe we'll like develop something our retirement age when we're done planning and photographing weddings.
I mean,
hold on. We got to stop the recording. Just kidding.
Yeah. I'm having a brain blast at the moment and I'm going to keep that to myself. But yeah, so I don't know if Zola is going to run the same into the same issues or if they're going to be similar to what the Knot and Wedding Wire are experiencing.
I'm hoping that they're learning from a competitor's mistake and they're like, I think transparency is probably going to work in our favor.
Yeah.
No shit, obviously.
A little bit.
But I'm hoping that that's going to be also too, like I also have, so you said you pay.
Yeah.
I have a free listing on Zola.
Yeah.
And I've gotten a few like leads. I think, I can't remember. I have to go back and like look at it to see if a client that we currently have booked, I think they found us from Zola, from like the whole free listing thing. But I remember having to like kind of navigate of like, okay, they use coins. It costs 5 coins for me to like reply to them. And then all that kind of stuff. I'll just go back and look at it again. Yeah. But yeah, I remember about the whole coin situation. But what I do appreciate it though is that I have not received a phone call.
Oh yeah, no.
Of some random person being like, hi, so-and-so.
We would like to offer you the world.
For real. Or like, is your calendar full?
Oh yeah.
Do you still have more openings that you would like to book? Like I just, again, whenever, oh my God. I'm thankful now Tilly & Teal is in a place where we do book at an appropriate pace, which is really nice. But I think it's always so funny when the Knot and Wedding Wire, again, when they don't call me as much anymore. But whenever they did, or sometimes the emails, it would be an incredible amount of emails.
Oh, it'd be a call and then 24 hours later you get an email. And then you get a call and then 24 hours later you get an email. I literally emailed them and I was like, please stop emailing me. And that was it. I was like, I'm not interested. I've not got an email since.
Well, that's good. I just keep hitting the trash can button.
Oh, no. I said, stop. Unsubscribe.
I don't even like open it anymore. If it does, like, if anything does come from Wedding Wire or the Knot, like, if I see that's the from or like the subject line is from them, it is an immediate, like, I delete it.
Yeah.
I can't even do it anymore. So, but I mean, at this point in time, I really don't know anybody else who has had a positive experience with the not in wedding wire, at least not anymore. There have been a couple of other like colleagues where they're like, oh yeah, I've gotten some prominent leads. Again, I feel like this was before the merger happened, you know, or even post merger that they made a comment of like, oh yeah, I'll go get a couple of leads. I know from me as a planner within the planning world, especially those that are veteran planners, the not in wedding wire does not bode well in the planner community at all.
Nor the photographer community. Granted,
yeah,
it is another place to put a portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with having a free listing.
Nope.
There's nothing wrong with having a free listing on any of these sites.
It's the same thing with like you having an Instagram or a Facebook.
Yeah, it's just another place to put a portfolio and potentially, again, like Katie said, having I don't want to say an accolade, but from the client's perspective, it does mean something to be on the knot and or wedding wire because that is what they know. So if we take ourselves out of it as wedding professionals and put ourselves in the client's perspective, having the knot and the wedding wire does mean something. Yeah. So I do recommend having one of those at least just to have.
Yeah.
But God help me, don't pay for it.
Please don't.
Please don't do it.
It's just a stupid amount of money that like it can't even like it's not even guaranteed like return on investment.
No.
Like there's no guarantee like whatsoever.
And they prey on newcomers too.
Yes.
So and when you're new, you're susceptible to believing anything that anyone tells you. And obviously you want to do nothing but grow. So if somebody comes to you and says, hey, we have this beautiful opportunity for you to book everything that you want. Please pay me $400 a month. You're like, yeah, it's a business expense.
Which also like makes me even more angry just to think about it, especially because as a newer freelancer, you already don't have funds.
Mm-hmm.
Like
but
your business doesn't
funds into things like that. Yeah.
Like you feel so pressured to pour into so much education, which that is going to be a topic.
We will get there.
Oh yeah. About the like stupid amount of education from people who
should not be educators.
Correct. And then they like are asking for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And again, there's no return on investment or it's just like feel good, fluffy, fuzzy shit or whatever. Like it's just wild to me. We have done it. I know you have done it. We've shared spaces before and all that kind of stuff too. But again, it just drives me nuts how like that these big top like companies like this or those that have been in the industry for so long will prey on the rookies.
Yep.
And they will say like, in order to get here, this is the steps that you have to do. No, babe. Do you want to know how you get to where the veterans are? You work your fucking ass off.
Yeah.
You work your ass off, blood, sweat, and tears, happy times, everything else in between. And you just hustle. There are seasons of hustle that you really just have to do it. Obviously, not to the point of like you're killing yourself. Yeah. Don't do that.
Hustle culture is another podcast episode. So.
Yeah, for sure. But like you do have to hustle. That's with any type of like business ownership, like entrepreneurship, like at all. You really do have to work really hard.
And you have to put the time in.
Yes,
it doesn't come overnight. It doesn't come because somebody promises.
Like a college degree. Yeah. You can't just go to class or just pay the tuition and then expect at the end of 4 years, like to get your diploma. You work your way. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. But of course, there's always like the 1% that like, oh, I'm just going to pay like for my diploma and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are people that ruin everything for everybody. But a good majority of it, it's like a college degree. You go, you work your ass off for 4.5, 5 years, however long it takes you or whatever. But then you get a diploma at the end of it. And that's like your accolade. When it comes to entrepreneurship, that's the only way that you are going to be successful is if you work at it. Nothing is going to be handed to you for free. And if somebody, I'm going to stare at the camera. I'm going to like, just in case somebody's watching this on YouTube. If someone is going to promise you the entire fucking world without you having to literally do anything, false. It's absolutely wrong. False. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. I feel like also social media is like these overnight sensations, like you get viral like on TikTok and stuff like that. And all of a sudden you see like these little girlies who like do TikTok dances, like, you know, then they post consecutively, and all of a sudden now they're in big fucking huge $1 million homes in Hollywood and all that kind of crap.
Honestly, overnight success should not be the goal, because I feel like if you go into it thinking I'm going to have overnight success, or I want to do something that's going to get me viral or snap my fingers and all of a sudden I'm successful, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't know.
Do you know how many times then people are going to come and take advantage of you?
Yeah.
Holy shit balls.
And you're going to put yourself into situations that you can't get out of because you don't know how to navigate it, because you've never had the experience. Yet here you are, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars richer because you all of a sudden went viral for some publication. I don't know, but don't know what the fuck you're doing. So that's tangent.
Yeah, no here, no there. But work your ass off. Like, too long didn't read TLDR. Like, work your ass off or whatever. If someone comes and promises you the world and like, here, this is how you can get like, you're going to get this many leads or like this many like booked clients, like by this time frame or whatever. It's not, no.
Yeah. It's usually too good to be true.
Yes.
And
not how that works.
Things in this industry a lot of times are too good to be true. So just keep that
work
in mind.
really hard. Okay. And like, keep your circle small.
Don't get bogged down with.
I'm gonna like coddle all of
all
you,
the
especially
things
the ones
that are
you're,
coming at
like,
you.
brand new, like your rookies. Like, please stop paying for really shiny things. It's really okay.
Yeah, I get it. I was there. We've all been there.
I was there.
Yeah, learn from our mistakes, and just work your little butts off, and you'll get where you need to be. Or you'll realize that you don't want to be here, and that's okay too.
And that's 1000% okay too.
Don't push it. Anyway, we've got lots of topics that we're going to cover at some point.
Where can we find us on the interwebs?
You can find us at Behind the Aisle Podcast on Instagram, behindtheaislepodcast.com. You can pop over there and submit your What the Fuck Wednesday stories to us. If you have not done so already, please send us something. Keeps those days very interesting for us, and we love them. So we would love to hear from you. What the Fuck Wednesday submissions at behindtheaislepodcast.com. If you would like to find me personally on social media, I am at Serendipity Photography, SARA, like my name, Serendipity Photography. And then Katie, where can they find you?
You can find me also on the interwebs on Instagram at TillyandTeal, so TILLYANDTEAL. Would love to connect, and just pop in and say hi. So,
well, that was fun.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. That was juicy.
It was really juicy. Right. Share your thoughts about the Not Wedding Wire, please, on Instagram. We would love to, again, connect with you guys. It's like one of our favorite parts about this. We love talking to one another, obviously, here, but we really do love talking to y'all, too, like on social media. So,
if you want to submit one of these for What the Fuck Wednesday, too, I'm sure there's a story there.
Ooh, yes.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening. We love you guys. Oh, this is going to be a fun thing to add. Please rate and subscribe to our channel.
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about reviews?
Please leave us reviews. If you listen to this, I'm going to probably be saying this a lot more, because as I listen to other people's podcasts, I'm like, I should probably say that in our podcast. Please rate and subscribe and review us on Spotify. It helps our ratings. It helps us get seen by more people. And the goal for this podcast is to be seen
Share the wealth.
Everyone. And we'd like to be seen by everyone. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. We love you, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.